No one is around you. Say, baby, I love you. You ain't running game. Say my name, say my name. You acting kinda shady. Ain't calling me baby. Why the sudden change? Say my name, say my name. If no one is around you, say, baby, I love you. You ain't running game. Say my name, say my name. You acting kinda shady. Ain't calling me baby. Better say my name. The other day, I would call, you would say, baby, how's your day? But today, it ain't the same. Every other word is a yeah, okay. Could it be that you are at the crib with another lady? If you took it there, first of all, let me say, I am not the one to sit around and play. So prove yourself to me, if I'm the girl that you claim. Why don't you say the things that you said to me yesterday? I know you say that I am a super thing. Something's going down, that's a way of things. Shouldn't be the reason why you acting strange.
Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Audrey Marcel, and today we are going to be talking about 25-year-old missing Carlee Russell. Before we get started, let me go ahead and get my haze out the way. Hey Mama Kim, hey Tiffany, hey Pineapples, hey Blessed Lady E. Now, I want to apologize in advance. Hey AK, it is storming out here. I hope my power does not go out. I don't think it is, but yeah, that I just want to get that out the way. But has anyone heard about this story? This story is very, very strange and very scary. So we're going to be talking about Carlethia, but she goes by Carlee Russell. She's a 25-year-old nurse out of Hoover, Alabama. Has anyone heard about this story? It has been taking over headlines everywhere, or at least from everything that I can see. And it's absolutely devastating. So I want to break down this story and give some information in regards to what's going on. I'm not sure who all follows me that lives in Alabama or near Alabama, but this is something that can happen to anyone. Literally, this is a scary story. So Mama Kim said no, she has not heard about this story. Yes, it's all over Instagram, Facebook. I saw it on Facebook early this morning, but it's on TikTok as well and on the news. Yes, AK, I agree. So I'm gonna go ahead and briefly discuss the story and share my screen over the news report that I have available to us. This is from the local news station WVTM 13 out of Alabama. So in Hoover, Alabama, police in Hoover are investigating reports of a missing woman after they received a call from her stating she saw a toddler on the interstate Thursday night. It happened around 9:34 p.m. on Interstate 459 South near John Hawkins Parkway exit. Now, what happened was Carlee actually was driving down this highway. She was on her way home from work, and she was not far from home. She was only 10 minutes away from home, and she sees a child who she believed was either 3 or 4 on the side of the highway. She immediately called the police as she saw this. But after she called the police, she did actually stop her car and pull over. While she was pulling over, she did actually call her sister-in-law. Now, while she was on the phone with her sister-in-law, she did say, "Hey sis, there's a child out here. She's in the medical field. She basically was really worried about this child like any of us would be. I know I'm a mother, so me seeing something like this, I would even pull over." Her sister recounts that she gets out the car as she hears her, and she goes up to the child and says, "Hey, are you okay? Is everything okay?" Now, the sister said that she could not hear anything on the end from the child, but y'all know how phones are, so we're unsure if the child said anything. However, she did immediately hear screaming from Carlee, a tussle, her phone dropped, and that was it, you guys. Now, because Carlee did call the police before this, the police pulled up, and in 3 minutes, you guys, 3 minutes later, while the sister was still on the phone was dropped on the highway where she was last seen. Now, it was her phone, it was her Apple Watch, her wig and hat, and her car was still running with the car door open. The police claim, or witnesses claim, and told the police that in front of the red Mercedes that Carlee drives was a gray van or truck. But they're not sure, any connection. There was no one so far that has said anything about exactly if they seen the car go anywhere, if they seen a woman go in there or anything. But this story is so bizarre, strictly due to the fact that you can't just go missing like that. Like, the police pulled up 3 minutes later. This woman got out of her car, tried to check on a baby, and literally vanishes. This happened at 9:34 at night, and we are now almost 24 hours later, about 20 hours later, and people and everyone is still searching for Carlee. I'm gonna actually show the news clips where her mother and her family give a little bit more information about what exactly happened, but this story is very scary. Tangela said, "Hey everyone, this is crazy. I lived in that area for 18 to 19 years. I just moved to another part of Alabama." That is crazy. Now, people are speculating that this was a case of the child being a decoy, or, something to do, to basically kidnap women, basically. Now, in the past, we have heard about children that are put out on the streets to lure people in. We know that there are women that are put out on the streets to lure people in. So that is not far fetched. The only thing is to put a child on the highway at 9:34 at night and have them do something like this is sick and disturbing. So let me go ahead and get into the news clip to see what they had to say. There has been numerous press conferences as well. The police is taking this matter very seriously, which I love to hear, because y'all know a lot of time it's women that look like me or us in the chat. They rarely get enough screen time when they go missing. So this is bittersweet. I am happy that they are taking this seriously and trying to get her face everywhere. So we're just going to do our part over here on my channel to continue that.
There's a search underway for a missing woman. WVTM 13's Patsy Douglas has more on her loved one's efforts to bring her home.
This is where Carlee was last seen, here on I-459 near John Hawkins Parkway in Hoover. On Thursday evening, police say Carlee called 911 saying a toddler was walking down the side of the interstate. After calling police, she stopped to get the child and called a family member. When police arrived, they found her car and belongings nearby, but no sign of her or the child. Family members now on the search for Carlee, her parents desperate for her return.
To keep applying the pressure to keep this thing going. We really want this to blow up. We want the word of the day to be Carlee. We just want to have her back home safe.
Now, law enforcement, local organizations, and Anaya Blanchard's mom, Angela Harris, also helping out with this search.
As soon as I woke up this morning and saw the Facebook post, I immediately reached out to the family and to friends, like, how can I help? And knowing that the situation is very serious and knowing what this family's going through, I just came immediately.
Now, her parents tell WVTM that she was last seen wearing all black and white Nike shoes. They are also putting this flyer up in Hoover and surrounding areas. In Hoover, Patsy Douglas, WVTM 13.
She's a godsend. Bubbly personality, loving heart, giving, just joyful in nature.
She's a fighter too. She's joyful and she's laid back, but if it's a chance for her to put up a fight to try to save her life, she's gonna do everything she can to put up a fight. And I was telling my husband and I were talking today. She was just so happy, or yesterday, she was just so happy all the way up until I talked to her at 9:19. She was just so happy. And anybody that knows our daughter knows she loves food. And the fact that she was willing to give me her meal because they left her meal off meant a lot to me. And when she got home, I was gonna give her a big hug and tell her thank you because I know you love your food.
So that was her parents briefly describing her, and they were just saying that this is not out of the ordinary for Carlee to be so thoughtful of others. She was basically telling her mother was basically telling the story about how her food got messed up. They left off the mother's food, and Carlee was like, "Mama, you can just have my food." And she didn't even get to tell Carlee thank you yet. So it's very sad. I also wanted to bring light to the first news clip that I played. You guys heard a name by a girl by the name of Anaya Blanchard. You guys heard that her mother came out to help the Russell family in efforts to find Carlee. Now, I want to briefly discuss Anaya Blanchard, and we can go into this story in depth later. But this is a girl. She was 19 years old. She went missing October 24th at a gas station in Auburn, Alabama. So she went missing, and she was kidnapped, you guys. She was kidnapped. She was abducted, and a month later, she was found unalive with a GSW to her. The person that did kidnap her is in custody right now, and they are, being held without bond. They have not faced trial yet, but she did actually go missing back in 2019. So it is something that is going on out there. It's very scary. And the support to get Carlee home safe is the top priority. So that story, I just wanted to briefly touch on it. We can go into details of it later, but I know that they mentioned her name and mentioned her mother. So there's a great significance of why people are, jumping to find Carlee, and we're rallying around and praying that she is found safe. Someone in the chat, oh, Tracy, you said, have you heard an Ashanti alert on her? No, I have not. I'm not even, hold on, let me see. So no, there has not been Ashanti alert. I just looked it up. No. So if you guys did not know, Ashanti alert is similar to an Amber Alert, but it's just for adults, whereas Amber Alerts are for children. Now there are criteria that has to be met for those type of alerts to be dispatched, and I do believe that the Ashanti alert will not be dispatched for Carlee due to her criteria not being matched. No one actually saw her being taken, unfortunately, or no one can actually say any description of the car besides it being gray. So it's really, really scary. But we are praying that Carlee is found safe and sound and returned home to her family where she can continue to be an angel here on earth. Because we need more people like her. I wasn't going to be on here long. I briefly just wanted to tell that story and make sure we get that information out. Mama Kim did ask me about the story of Gabriel Fernandez. I have not covered that on my channel, but I can cover it for you guys. I also want to talk about that boy that was missing for all those years. I believe his name was Renee. What was his name, you guys? I'm not sure if y'all even know who I'm talking about, but Um, okay, yeah, I think his name was Renee Yearigan. So he was missing for all those years, and then all of a sudden he was seen last week walking around Rudy, that's his name. Rudy. He was seen walking around in blankets. I do want to cover that story. Um, I might come back tonight or I'll come back tomorrow to cover that story because something about that is not right. Yes. So Tangela, it's not it's it yes, he was found, and he there's not really concrete evidence on if she hit him or what exactly is going on with that. I'm gonna keep doing some research on it because I was kind of confused. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. And y'all know I really do like to cover, kinfolk, but it's okay. I want to cover this one because it's really weird and it's really scary. I have my own theories. I'll tell y'all a little teaser. I think Rudy did something bad, and I think the mama tried to say he was missing instead of turning him into the police. That's just my theory. I'll tell you how I got to that theory when I covered the story, but something about that is not right, but it's not giving he was hurt by the mom per se. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, you know how children go missing or parents claim children go missing all the time, and they actually find out that the mother or the father held them captive and was like hurting them and abusing them. I don't think that's the case. I really think he did something he shouldn't have done, and to cover something up, they hid him. That's just my theory, but I could be wrong. You guys, hey, okay, join the Facebook group. A lot of information is in there. I'm definitely going to join the Facebook group. While I talk about people that go missing and try to cover it up, I want to talk about this story. Now, this happened years ago, you guys. Hold on. I got to find the YouTube clip. Did I ever hear about the father and the stepmother that said the little boy was missing? And while the father was on Nancy Grace, they actually find the son hidden in the basement behind like a dresser. And like the father like basically try to start fake crying and falling out and saying he doesn't know how the boy got in there. Like that's the comparison that I'm talking about. Like we hear about stuff like that, but we don't hear about, or the Rudy case does not seem like that. Let me get the name of the little boy. Hold on, guys. This happened back in like 2013. Okay, so AK says, so she's the one that also said to join the Facebook group. She said, Rudy is not the bad guy. His mother is. He was being abused. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go join the Facebook group, Rudy, because I really want to know. Now, I was just taking it from face value, but if I believe it had to be something. But if you say he was being abused, I definitely got to see what's going on for sure. Especially to cover up a story like that, it's just too much. Let me find. I have to find this video, y'all, because Charlie Barthel. Yep, his name is Charlie Barthel. But the stepmom did that and the dad was cleared. Shantae Watley. Which one? You talking about for Charlie Barthel? No, they both were charged. There's no way that she did that all alone. Here it goes. 1 second. I found it, you guys. Okay, so yes, y'all do. AK, you know about this story? The father was on Nancy Grace. Yes, but the father was charged. I don't think that the father was he didn't have his charges dropped. Hold on. Let me go to a longer clip because it was a mess. And honorable mention, I love Nancy Grace. Like a lot of people don't like her and they claim, that she's very abrasive and stuff, but I personally like Nancy Grace, so I'm a stan. Okay, Shantae, I'm gonna look it up. Like I said, this was 8 years ago, so I don't remember all the details. But when I saw the Rudy case, I was comparing it to that. So let me go see.
Out to the father of the missing 12-year-old boy, Charlie. With me is his father, Charlie Bothell. Charlie, we're getting reports that your son has been found in your basement. Sir? Mr. Bothell, are you
What?
Yeah, we are getting reports that your son has been found alive in your basement.
What?
Yes, that's what. If you could hand me that wire very quickly. Yeah, we're getting that right now from yeah. How could your son be alive in your basement?
Oh shit. I have no idea.
Now, this is just a report that we are hearing out of Detroit that we're trying to confirm.
Oh, God,
Everybody
please.
in New York, please get on it. Let me know when we get Charlie Langton from WWJ. Sir, did you check your basement?
I checked my basement. The FBI checked my basement. The Detroit police checked my basement. My wife checked my basement. I've been down there several times. We've all been checking. How?
Y'all, do y'all see Nancy's face? Do y'all like literally? She looking at him like, bro, please.
Okay, this is what we are hearing, that the missing 12-year-old boy has been found alive and well in his father's basement. Now, this is what I don't understand, why you guys would have reported he's missing, and all our viewers have been on the lookout for him.
We've been on the lookout for him. We searched that entire house repeatedly. The FBI searched, the Detroit police searched. We've all searched. Oh, God, they brought dogs, everything. Everybody is searched. What? Oh, God, my son.
Have you checked your cell phone?
My cell phone is dead. I actually getting down here, I left it in the car charging because it had died on me. Oh, God.
And you're telling us that you searched your basement and your wife searched your basement?
I searched my basement. My wife searched my basement. The FBI searched my basement. The Detroit police searched my basement. We've all searched my basement multiple times. Yes. They had the dogs searched. We've all searched the basement. The dog searched my basement. Oh, God.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to give you a chance to call home and see what you can find out. Charlie Langton, WWJ News. Charlie, we're getting reports tonight that the boy has been found alive in Daddy's basement.
Yeah, Nancy, we're just getting word right now, and we've just basically confirmed that, yeah, the boy has been found alive in the father's basement. And we're just getting reports right now that is true. And literally, it just broke moments ago. Now, why the father didn't know about that for the last 11 days, what if the child was afraid, if there was any other collusion amongst anyone, what the child ate, all of those are questions that we are trying to get reports on right now. We understand that we're sending news crews right now to the scene. We're also understanding that the police chief is going to make yet another announcement that should be coming up a little bit later on. But yes, the boy has been found alive in his father's basement.
Charlie.
Oh, the first day that we signed up for Monday.com, our department was all.
So, yeah, so that is literally, so the story of Rudy is not the first time that children have been reported missing and literally they've been hidden by their parents. Now, I did do a quick Google search. Now, let me say quick Google search, and it does look like both Monique, which is the stepmother, and Charlie Sr., or the fourth, which is the father of Charlie, they both, or well, Charlie, the father, got 18 months of probation and was sentenced to anger management classes. And the stepmother, accepted a misdemeanor plea deal involving no jail time. Now, Charlie, the little boy, did say that it was Monique, the stepmother, that did put him in the basement and did not give him food, but they both were charged with child abuse. And Charlie did say that his father did abuse him as well. Now, when the case was happening, y'all, Charlie, the father's lawyer, tried to say that the marks on Charlie Jr., or Charlie the fifth, the little boy, came from eczema. Now, that is something I do remember because I literally was like, huh? Like, what? So he was like, the scratches that y'all see on him is because he scratches from eczema. It was like the craziest explanation for something that I've ever heard in my life. Like, we know itching your skin versus getting beat and abused, two different things. But I did want to just bring the similarities of why I was thinking the way I was. But I did not know that I did not believe that Rudy was was being held there against his will. But I am going to look into the story a little bit more, like AK suggested, and I'm going to join the Facebook group. AK, if you're still in here, can you tell me what the name of the Facebook group is? And I'm going to probably try to do the video tomorrow because that story is absolutely crazy. But before I go, I want to say one more time, if you guys have seen Carlee Russell and know anything about her whereabouts, please, 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 please call the police. Now, another mention that her mom, or another detail that her mom did mention, was please take a note that when there was the tussle before the scream, when the police came to the scene where Carlee was last seen with a child on the side of the highway, her wig and hat was there. So the mom wants to point out the pictures that you guys see of beautiful Carlee. Take in consideration, her hair is braided down. Now, people of color, women, we know what that means. You guys are looking for a woman with a braid down, okay? Because she did have a wig on. But that does not mean that they could have not taken down her hair or put another piece of hair on her. Y'all know how it goes when people are actually kidnapped. I remember back in the day, in the early 2000s, when I was a little girl, remember people were kidnapping children and people from Walmart and putting wigs on them and changing their appearance and dragging them right out the store. So don't leave anything out, but I did want to mention that she did say, take in consideration, if you see a woman with no hair that resembles Carlee, still call the police. Really far disgusting group. Okay, so that is the name of the group. Everyone join it because, baby, I'm not the only one that's nosy here. Join the group, and we're going to come back and talk about Rudy. But yes, I wanted to talk about Carlee today. I hope you guys have an amazing night, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
And thank you. Oh yeah, thank you, Ms. Marcel. Yo, all props to you. And just you keep doing what you're doing. And you got a voice. Keep doing what you're doing. And you got a voice.